Good afternoon. My name is Isaiah Curley, and my partner is Sang Lin, and we are viewing code switching in advertisements. Our research question is, does code switching show how people view advertisements? And a little background into code switching is code switching is the ability to switch between two languages while being able to maintain structure and fluidity to portray a message while simultaneously using both languages. So, in this sense, it's just respecting each one's structure and being able to switch between both to convey one message to a person that's able to understand both languages. When using code switching, you must follow the rules of both languages, like I said, while simultaneously switching. Most researchers, specifically in a California study, found that nearly all of them had positive reviews of code switching when it was being used in advertisements toward the Spanglish code switching specifically. Um, and our method to come up with this project was we brainstormed about the topic in the research questions. We came up with a category of questions to acquire information. We formulated a survey and disseminated it through social media platforms as well as other various ways. We created a Google Form document and inserted survey questions. We posted complete survey on online platforms for potential responses and collect survey data.
My name is Yingling, and I'll be explaining the rest. So on the right side, there's two data sets. One is what we expected and what's the actual result we got. On the top is what we expected. And for the age group, we expected to get mostly from 20 to 23 because we posted the survey on the social media, and our social media who follow us should be mostly about the same age group as us. That's why we think it's about mostly from 20 to 23. And for the languages, we expected mostly English and Spanish. The reason why is that because we're in New Mexico, so our response should be mostly English and Spanish because in New Mexico there's most people speak English and Spanish. And for how often people heard about code switching, what we expect is that almost all people never heard of it because code switching is not something that we'll bring up in a normal conversation. And we don't really expect people to heard of it before. And for how how much people like advertisement, we expect the people doesn't like it at all because all the advertisement was mostly in every single game and all those stuff, all those apps, all stuff. People probably already getting annoying with those stuff, so we expect people not want to see it at all. About how likely people like code switching in advertisement, what we expect is that most people think code switching is fine because what we expect is that code switching is not something that's not acceptable. So we think people will think code switching is fine. And for if code switching advertisement is better or not, we expect most people to think that it's not better. And we'll have for the actual result for age group. The age group was pretty close. Mostly it's about the same as what we think it is. For languages, like what we expected, we got mostly English people, but for some reason, there's only two Spanish respond, and the other respond, most of them are Chinese, and the other one just other languages. For how often people heard about code switching, it is the closely to what we expected. For how likely people like advertisement, we expect nobody want to see it, but there's a small amount of people who like advertisement. And for how likely people like code switching on the advertisement, we expect that people think it's fine, and the result come out that most people didn't like the code switching on Spanish because the survey only has two Spanish people taking it. And for if code switching advertisement is better, people think that it is better for some reason. And that's all for the presentation.